Hello friends, this is Paul, Oscar Mike Zero Echo Tango, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you my new toy. It's the DSP SDR pocket receiver. Let's say pocket receiver because the size of this receiver is incredibly small. It's very tiny and it's just to fit into my hand, as you can see here. So it's really small receiver and lightweight. It's not weighed much and is really small with a big touch screen on top, which is great. Okay, so firstly, let's say something about this receiver. This receiver was originally based on the Russian original project, which calls a Malachite receiver. You can find the Malachite receiver in the Google if you wish. And you will see that the Malachite receiver looks different, but it's just a clone of this receiver made in China, as usual, as many things are made in China. And I decide for this receiver from China because I like more this design, I like more this size of the receiver, and maybe also this kind of knobs. Malachite has a different knobs. It has here, and it's a little bigger than this one, and so on. Anyway, today I want to show you how this receiver actually looks like, and also how this receiver works. Today I will connect this receiver into my magnetic loop antenna, which I have right next to me. And as you know from my previous videos, that this magnetic loop I very often use indoors, and the diameter of this antenna is about 1 meter. So let me show you closer this receiver before we start this rig. Okay, so the enclosure of this receiver was made of the PCB boards stacked together, and you can see that the workmanship of this PCB board was really impressive. There were no any gaps or something. Everything fits right, great in line, so it's really good work. And here on the back side you can see the parameters of this receiver. So actually it is a SDR receiver with frequency range 50 kilohertz up to 2 gigahertz. Of course you must have installed the Russian version, the Russian original version of the firmware in this receiver to get a 2 gigahertz maximum frequency range. The price for original Russian firmware upgrade is about, I think, about $50. Working current of this receiver is 300 milliamps, and in standby mode it's about 290 microamps. The charge 5 volts, 1 ampere, and every modes we need, and contact for manufacturer, and this is probably the manufacturer name or something like that. Okay, so the right side of this receiver is here you can see the 2 encoders, and I have to say that these 2 encoders are not really impressive. It's very low quality encoders. Very often happen to me that it's very difficult to tune right frequency, because this encoder is not precise, and very often happen to me that it jumps out or in and so on. It's really difficult to tune. So maybe my first modification on this receiver will be to exchange these both encoders. So the volume knob and the frequency knob, and here is the USB-C connector, which is for charging this receiver, and also for input into a DFU mode when you will upgrade this little receiver. So this hole is for the speaker, and this radio has two holes on the sides, also here. Actually just the one hole is for speaker, and the second hole is just the hole. They call it two chambers for the sound. Okay, let's say the bottom part of this receiver, we have here just one button or the switch. You can see that the switch is for restart, but actually it is on-off switch, which completely disconnect this receiver from the battery. In this position, on the right position, is radio turned in the standby mode. Here on the bottom you can see printed some kind of antenna directly on the PCB enclosure, but I opened this receiver already, and I've seen that this antenna is not connected to anywhere. Also the same antenna is on the upper side, is here, but is also not connected. On top side you can see the standby button and also antenna socket. It's called SMA, a female socket. So left side the chamber, and also the speakerphone socket connector. Okay, the labels of these receivers were made or were printed to the PCB board, which the front panel is made from. So there is no any chance to scratch this or something. It's really permanent and no problem. It looks really nice. Okay, and the screen of this receiver is the touch screen, and also the screen fits actually very good. You can see it here. So machining was very precise on this product. Here we can see small hole. It's just a power LED. When you charge the receiver, you have to switch on this receiver, and you will see the power LED. It is a red one, and when the radio is fully charged, it appears a green one. Okay, so that's all about this construction of the receiver. And now I will connect my magnetic loop into the SMA socket, and I will show you how this radio sounds like. Okay, and now just a short press of the start button to activate receiver. You can see the firmware version right here, and 20-meter band. So you can see that the screen is really nice, colorful. We can see here the spectrum scope, waterfall, S meter is calibrated to S units, frequency, and so on. Okay, so here on the bottom We can see the hardware settings. You can see the hardware settings like RF gain and such important things. Then we have here the audio settings, equalizer, noise blanker, AGC, squelch, noise reduction settings, and filter settings. We have three presets like narrow, normal, and wide, and you can adjust this setting here in this folder, audio. Visual settings, this is mainly for the display or screen settings, or you can adjust the waterfall settings or the spectrum scope settings and so on. We have here the noise reduction. We can compare how the noise reduction works. So this is without noise reduction, and let's see how it changes.
Radio Alpha Victoria. Radio Alpha Victor again.
So noise reduction on.
No, repeat again, please. For Florida 5, Radio Alpha Victor. Sorry, big letter. Radio Alpha Victor, I need your prefix. Radio Alpha Victor, I need your prefix. No copy. QRZ, Radio Charlie 6 United, Cathay. Italy again. Last letter Echo. Italy, last letter Echo.
Yeah, very impressive noise reduction in the software, I have to say.
Okay, the mic,
maybe even better than on my ICOM 7610.
040.
I will try to find some weaker station to see how the noise reduction works on the weak stations. Okay, we have a weak station here. Amazing. Okay, so we can play more. This is the mode settings. You can choose the mode which you want to use. And yeah, of course, this receiver has a CW decoder, but in my case, it somehow doesn't work properly. Maybe I don't know use it. I don't know. And the band selection, so you have bands like here, and this is the page 1 of 5. As you can see here, you can listing these pages by this knob. Okay, and just press this knob, it's gone. I think in the background we can hear the US station from my indoor antenna, which is excellent, I guess. Okay, so let me tune a little bit on the band.
IXYL. Yeah, Christy. I'll probably tell you, Christy's from San Diego, Sam. And she's always longed after a ship. Mike.
Oh boy.
Mike, Zero Tango Green Radio, 59049.
I think it sounds like FM in some case.
Okay, thanks. Radio Charlie, 6 United, contact. Mike 0 Japan Norway Delta, 59050.
Okay, so now I will show you how my magnetic loop works actually. So here we can see the knob, and let me show you closer. This is how my mag loop works. Okay, so I will tune my antenna. Yeah, you can see this peak in the background. Okay, so this is the center, and if we want to go, for example, 17 meter, just push the band 17 meter. I don't have a 17 now. Maybe I should input frequency directly from the screen. Let's say 18.13, enter. Okay, I'm on 18 megahertz now, 17 meters, and I will tune my antenna very slowly. Yeah, I passed. You see the peaks. Okay, this is center frequency, and I can tune a little bit. Maybe it's too late and conditions are poor on 17 meters. Yeah, somebody was there. Can you see this difference? Really helpful feature. And I go back to 20. Okay, I think the UBA contest is running in the background today on 20 meters. But in the next part of this video, I will show you how to upgrade this little receiver and also how this receiver looks like inside. Okay, before you go update your Malachite SDR receiver, you have to go here on this website. This website is in English language, and before you go to update, you have to find if your processor is marked by Y or we. So that means that which way you have to go if you want to update your Malachite receiver. So the whole instructions are mentioned here on this website, and my receiver has marking V. So in our case, the revision V firmware is possible both by using the programmer and by connecting to a personal computer. So this is the easier way how to update the Malachite receiver. Okay, so firstly we have to go down here on this link and download or register first, register and get the software. This is a programmer for ST microprocessors. So if you get the software, you can install this software, and the second step is to go to the second link, and you will see the versions files on this link, and the final version in these days is the 1.10 alpha. This is this is packed in a RAR file, so you have to download this thing. You have to unpack these files out, and then you can follow this instruction here in this website. So you have to run the DFU file manager, and you have to convert the hex to bin. So the DFU file from hex to bin, and then the file in bin will be ready to update into your Malachite via the software. So when you have installed the software, it calls DFU demo. In this software, just open the software, and here you have see the name of your device. Okay, so now we have to turn off receiver. Long press start button and connect the USB-C connector. And now we have to go into the DFU mode, and the sequence of the DFU mode is that you hold and press the volume button and hold and press the start button. Okay, and you can leave these buttons, and as you see that the STM device in DFU mode appears in this window, then choose the file Malachite, and we have here the bin. We have here the file which is extracted from the packed file downloaded from the website, and now upgrade your receiver. You can see that upgrading is in process. It takes a while, maybe 1 or 2 minutes. Your receiver will be completely reset, so all settings you have to do again. Okay, and upgrade successful. And here we have a leave DFU mode, which is very important to get your radio back into the normal state. So just push the leave DFU button and you can see that the radio will start again, and we can see the new software installed successfully into your receiver. Yeah, that's very easy. Okay, so I have opened this receiver to check if everything is fine inside. I had to make a few soldering job on the PCB because these small connections was not properly done, and also here I do modification on this shield because there is no any shield inside originally. So I soldered here these small pieces of copper. They are like here in the angle, so they are not touching anything. And then on top I made this small piece of metal sheet, and I will solder this thing here on top. Here on the back side of the PCB you can see two connections. So there is just a little coil and long printed wire inside. Yes, as you can see here. It's hard to focus, but you can see here the wire. And then you can see also this coil here. Okay. It's the small speaker here. 2 amp hour battery inside. Here is the CPU and the display driver here. Connectors for battery and for speakers are not on the PCB board. And also I found one problem with this small tiny capacitor. Was not properly soldered and he was out of the place. Just one side has been fitted to the PCB board, so now it should be fine. Okay, so I will solder this thing and hope that it will fit those two parts together. Okay, so how it looks like now with the soldered shield. So I think it should work. Okay, when the PCB boards are inside this enclosure, now we can put the right side of this enclosure. I will solder this enclosure together with this right side of it, and then will be time for the frame of the front panel. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed this little review of this SDR Chinese radio. So 7-3, and thank you for watching. Bye bye, good luck.